Well, my next guest heads up a consumer products business with a number of very well-known brands. Martin Franklin is the chairman and chief executive of Jarden Corporation. Martin Franklin, great to have you with us. Thanks so much for coming in.
Pleasure.
For those that don't know about Jarden, I bet they know about a lot of the products that Jarden makes. Just give us a little overview, because there's outdoor products, there are first alert products, there are consumer brands that people know in the kitchen. Give us a little litany.
Well, it's about a $6.5 billion revenue business overall, but broken down into three main consumer divisions. Jarden Consumer Solutions is our things like Crock-Pot, Sunbeam, Oster, Bionaire, home environment products, things like that. And then we have our Outdoor Solutions business, which, if it was its own business, actually would be probably the largest hard goods, sporting goods company in the world. It's things like ski products, K2, Vocal, marker bindings, things like that. Fishing products, Shakespeare, Ugly Stick, pen reels.
You must have an amazing attic or garage with all this stuff.
We're pretty popular when it comes to certain events and occasions, yes.
Now, what about things like the sporting events business? Because I mean, Rawlings is one of your brands as well.
Yep. And
you've been trying to do some interesting things with marketing. For example, there's a Rawlings trade-in. Explain how that works.
Well, we have about 120 brands overall inside the company. You know, Rawlings is one of the brands inside Outdoor Solutions. We have a number of programs and initiatives to really continue to grow the experience of baseball. The trade-in program, the play catch with your parent program that we just launched a few weeks ago. You know, the reality is this is all about building up the excitement as baseball season gets under full swing and kids go back to school, asking dad to take them out and buy another baseball glove, things like that.
So how's business doing? I mean, you must be taking the pulse of the consumer on almost a daily basis.
We were very early in doing a couple of things. As you know, Pimm, I think I was one of your shows when we talked about it. We were very early in talking about things getting bad in retail. We were very early really talking about things coming back on an upswing. The reality is, I think that the consumer isn't that bad at the moment. There are a lot of reasons for that, in my opinion, but you know, we're seeing pretty good point-of-sale performance. Our sales were up 3.3% in the first quarter. We see a good progression in Q2 as well. So it's not all bad out there. I think it depends on what areas we're in. We're providing a lot of value in our products. We're the market leader in our respective markets. So maybe we're a little more protected than some other retailers, or rather consumer.
Well, because you have this balance. You have this very big portfolio. When some do well, others might do less well. When others, you know, it's that balance basically in terms of what people want. Now, the balance that you've got to strike also on a strategic basis has to do with the acquisitions that you've been making. And you know, you made a recent acquisition. I had to learn all about gloves and sponges. Tell me about Mappa Spontex.
Mappa Spontex was a division of Total. It was one of their last remaining vestiges of consumer brands inside Total, which is a big French oil company, not a core business for them. And it's a great testament, I think, to where Jarden has come as a sort of point of maturity. They were looking for an owner who would, you know, be stable, wasn't going to over-leverage the business and all those kinds of things. And they actually really picked us. We didn't buy it in an auction process. They picked us as the right buyer, the right owner, proprietor of the business, thought we'd be a good home for the company. And, you know, we're very proud of that. But the business is made up of really two main components. The business that we were really after at the time was the juvenile products business, which is the baby business.
Right.
The Nook brand, NUK, if you see pacifiers and sippy cups and all those kinds of products. We thought it was a very interesting market. Jarden didn't have products in that demographic. We want to be all the way up the age experience inside the portfolio of brands. And then on the other side of it, we had gloves and sponges, which are predominantly sold in Europe, have great distribution, a market presence, brand equity that's really known among French and Spanish and Italian consumers. And we thought that that was also a very good launching pad for other products for us to put through the distribution system, which is what we're doing now.
All right. Well, we've got to leave it there, but I want to thank you very much, Martin Franklin, Chief Executive Chairman of Jarden Corporation. We've got to play some cards next time. Bring some playing cards, maybe some fishing reels. And it's always a pleasure to have you with us. And maybe we'll check in this summer, see how consumers are doing.